the first to know Nsem-Pii TV.
See, minimum a tall list, a very, very tall list, has been released from the office of the flag bearer of the NPP and the current vice president, His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, on the manifesto team ya de beto abonten. Members and kasa ya ebe constitute to MPP's manifesto team, a very, very tall list. Nsem ketwa. Na edin bi a me ma wo just a teaser me bo audio na mamati the full list presented by a movement team led by Kwaku Dewuru Gordon Asadibedi Akon and Adasebre Eji Dwamena. Now we say earlier on list ba akon edi kan by ya na eye an abreast version of the various committees with the manifesto team. Entino the committee no ankasa na headed by the honorable was Okyeame Kwame, honorable Kojo Ponkroma, and afi Yura Abronye ya oye secretary of the manifesto team. Na manifesto committee and so coordinators ekoye Professor Kwaku Apia Edu and a Dr. Isaac Owusu Mensa. Enya manifesto sub-committees. There were committee on economy, committee on trade and industry, committee on energy and petroleum, committee on agriculture, committee on communications and digitalization, committee on lands, minerals and natural resources, committee on science, technology, innovation and environment, committee on legal and governance, committee on local government, committee on sports, committee on lands and natural resources, and a committee on chieftaincy, creative arts and culture. List here baby to jay committees na me bubo so nyina no. Members are eba be kambo ma form those committees. Very, very rich. Yanko jinchire mo free the movement.
Manifesto committee no economy no Dr. Esibe Mark Esibe Yeboa wono na ye chairperson and na Miss Abina Amoa and ye co ono say co-chair okay on the co-chair all chairpersons ni bi no okay and na one more group members no committee members no Dr. Funugumu Dr. John Kuma Nana Amapoku Professor Joseph Magnus Frimpong Dr. Kwame Nyame Befi
Sadu Pacho obi wo Dr. Kwame Nyame Befi number on fan send me obi wo Dr. Kwame Nyame Befi number on fan send me me wo se me ko hwe no se me ko hwe no
Dr. Stephen Amoa Dr. Kofi Kuledu Apreku Akumada Tumero
Akumada Tumaro
Honorable Joseph Kujo Honorable Kwaku Kwatin Dr. Emmanuel Pokumafo Honorable Abna Osei Asari Professor Amwakutufo Dr. John Ofori Dr. Mutaka Alolo Dr. Ninoy Ashon and then Professor Jan Bafo advisor say muka say substantive ministers no of the various sectors and their advisors intihanu Dr. Amin Muhammad Amin Adam and Kwame Mpiani
hano
ebianye di enim
ano ono eye pa se amudna shim omfa ayin kan rekobro be kan omfa mo akoba ru nyina anya advices
meeting ko monko
na Kwame wo ko
oh eye pa so mudna shim
okay it's trade and industry Mr. Tony Otijesi and Mrs.
former AG
former AG president and Mrs. Kosi Yankee aye and the coach
Kosi Yankee
di me dem aka no ho asem
Kosi Yankee aye
me fancy da me fa Kosi Yankee asemu nsi
no Kosi Yankee aye
anyo na ye GE you know
Ghana Enterprise
aye
yo Kosi Yankee aye
and them
trade and industry or coach
aye
Kosi Yankee aye na no so ba ha ahaya no tena yo ahaya
trade and industry ahaya lo better
ahaya
eno ano no
amisia no ba bi kura we hume
no ni mo bia
ono betena ha komisia no
mo bia portal na ni ade a mo busa de say groups anyway o de yenko Honorable Carlos Kinsla Henkra trade and industry
okay and
Dr. Agnes Edu Dr. Agnes Edu trade fair
okay
Professor Eric Watin Abaye Honorable Seth Kwame Champon Miss Genevieve Saki Kwame Sowu Honorable Michael Ochibefi Mr. Seth Ishon Mr. Entry Ochre, Mr. Abanga Abdullahi, Miss Harriet Donko, Miss Olive Entry Dadzi, Dr. Kennedy Abrokwa, Advisor Honorable K.T. Hammond. Energy and Petroleum. Energy and Petroleum, Mr. Kojo Poku Nsafwa, ene Nana Ama Timabuachi, Nana Timabuachi, okay, on the year, Omeni coach.
Me no, they said, you never be on my summer.
Yes.
What the kind of statement about? I'm way chairpersons for the circle, and no correct casting.
I'm the deputy crank. Na koko no dey but anyway yam kwa
no see sane man no muheni
statement
yes what the kind chairperson abeto aboti afa coach no e de kaka ho na se kire sen na do obi anye coach untimi nya
adwuma anye coach untimi nya adwuma
mu hwa na mu hwa sa
list kwape ho no obi ti abontini din nim obeye bless ye tie se ye din but ya advices I was so many ayi
you want to about me team no mo hwa sa de ni na avoid that enipa ni bi won matumi ye omo de uye ni coach ya okotena
chairman konso o kan ye nya na chairperson
I remember there's no you chairman what the kind of chairman ababontin
I feel
coach chairman bata honsa na ye den gono ye to aso enko ye
enra se mesi ye dia ofa
obiribu ahe
bubu debu
wo de bieni emra ho wo de
Energy Petroleum Dr. Mustafa Abdul Hamid Emmanuel Enchidakwa Edwin Provenza Patricia we doctor mo fanse
doctor ehumesu edin
Dr. Edwin Provenza okono
ehumesu edin
no University of Ghana Dr. Ben KD Asante Miss Portia Usua Oben Hamida Nuhu Professor Apia Edu Kwesi Sapon Mustafa Hamid wono ya branche Mustafa Hamid no
Mustafa Hamid enye MPA
Mustafa Hamid
okay no cha
Abdul Hamid
we na no cha de Kumasi
no cha do Ken
University ono so abion
wono so ye energy person and Honorable Andrew Japan Mesa Mr. Robert Forsen and Steve Okyoko advisor Matthew Poko Prepe Dr. Mofanka Mesemo Agriculture and Fisheries Mr. William Oponbiu Che Dr. Jimama Nunu na ade kra no monye no ade mo church sa choko che e na ono so choko coach se
Mr. Wo che dia na say
you have coaches
no
e dem bo ha mu hwe ni ye na nkofa me nya mo asamanka yesremo Mr. Isaac Yaopoku na ya saponsrebo okay yeah na ya saponsrebo immediate past national best farmer Mr. Kwaku Kobo Dr. Efia Asabia Asari Honorable Moses Enim Dr. Abdullah Mobson Miss Marian Tando Mr. Tutu Ejare Dr. Sagari Bambanji Dr. Roger Canton Dr. Roger Canton Mr. Joseph Boahin Edu Dr. Jelly Nura Honorable Alfred Oben Boatin Advisors Dr. Brian Champon and the Honorable Mavis Howard Commission. I say you can say advices I say because agriculture and the fisheries.
Perfect.
Yes, perfect. Communication and digitalization. Dr. Augustine Blay also the PhD in Abba, Mr. Mofa Mohoman. Dr. Augustine Blay Chair. Nana ya Owusu Prempe Coach, Honorable Fatabu Baka, Honorable Amapoma, Mr. Joe Anoche, Mr. Richard Ochirifosu, Nana Jwa Santi, Mr. Yabodo Ayabuaf, Mr. Kofi Ofosun Cancer, Mr. Razak Awudulai, Mr. Kofi Dadzi, Mr. Oliver Boache, Mr. Kwesi Edujan, Honorable George Anda, Advisor, Honorable Esla Usu Ekufu. Land, Minerals and Natural Resources, Dr. Gideon Boako Chairperson, Ms. Joyce Atefua Co-Chair, Mr. Martin Aisi, Honorable Mirikuduka, Mr. Joyce, Madam Anna,
Mrs. Joyce
Opoku-Boateng, Mr. Kwame Jan, Sami Awuku, Michael Ansa, Joseph Okutu, Tutu Ejare, Dr. Mutaka Alolo. Alolo dia bambieno. Okay, yebehwe. Honorable Farouk Aliu Mahama, Nana Akosi Ewua, yes, Dr. Solomon Anum, Dr. Ibrahim Yakubu, advisor, Rabu Abu Jenapo. Bacho yanko. The Njaba Munu de Mbeyi ba kwefi. Legal and Governance. Maxwell Upoku Ajman Chair. Miss Gloria Ofori Buadu Co-Chair. Legal and Governance. Na Maxwell Upoku Ajman starting na.
Legal and Governance. The not na Frank Davis.
Me Frank Davis ni
Any Gary
Mako na
say we
oh the no ye campaign
team until we dey no ano no
na no ye campaign team
okay
we manifesto legal and governance Maxwell Opoku Ajiman chair Miss Gloria Oforibuodu co-chair Dr. Kwame Ajiman-Budu Honorable Joe Gatti Honorable Samuel Atachia Mr. Gary Mako Miss Minka Premo Miss Mariam Idrusu Bagala Professor Kenneth Atifa Mr. Agba Kumeni Dr. Emmanuel Amankwa Advisor Honorable Godfrey Dami Local Government Honorable Justina Marigold Hassan Chair Mr. Ubribu Wahen Co-Chair Ofenio Ofenio what is it London okay Honorable Obi Abua Mr. Dennis Miracles Abuaje Nana Atwata Dr. Nana Atuata Honorable Lariba Abudu Honorable Qualis Intim Mr. Osesibe Honorable Simon Osemensa Dr. Hafiz bin Saleh Dr. Yawo Lecha Honorable Justina Osu Banahene Advisor Honorable Martin Ejemensa Kosa Local Government
Mr. Osesibe na National Service na
National Service
okay
yes Pacho Yankosro Yanko kakra Mr. Santi is it transport na
transport
friend I do have friend I do anti I'm from kakra yeah housing and infrastructure
housing and infrastructure Mr. Kwabena Eje Japan chair Honorable Sheila Battles co-chair Honorable Kwesiamu Akwanta Honorable Frida Prempe Honorable Dr. Frida Prempe what the page na
so nya bere oni me hu
that be some would for obedient man obedient yenta me ya make this would obedient abadia me so the minimum meka Honorable Solomon Asamoah Mr. Clifford Brima Mr. Hanifa Yaya Honorable Adenimo Mr. Kwabena Nyako Anthony Abaifa Kabu Professor Apia Edu Nana Apia Virus Kwabena Pofo
so they need you
house and infrastructure Dr. John Kisi Dr. Dixon Osei SCB and then Alfred Danso Dakwa Advisor Honorable Kojo Ponkroma Transport Honorable Hassan Tampuli Chair Honorable Lydia Seram Alasan co-chair Mr. Ufori Poku Nana Kumia Mr. Kosibuzia Laura Tumusa Saka Miss Anna Homa Mieza Professor Kweku Mensa Mawuto okay transport Professor Kweku Mensa Mawuto Mr. Yao Kwakwa Chief Obosu Muhammad Miss Ellen Deku Amadeku Obabode transport Mr. Edward Apia Miss Senadu Morty Ni Noi Noti Mr. Albert Eduwahin Advisor Honorable Kweku Fresen
Oba Yesu ni di wo mu
David Jennifer Dini
has say can go bia no you do security
Ebia ni di me ba ha Honorable Edward Asmani Che na ayi coach Edward Asmani kwa so the PhD aba Honorable Dominic Nitiwo Honorable Henry Korti Honorable Kofi Kwame Mr. Kwabena Dubuahin Nana Atobra Honorable Ambusderi Mr. J.K. Mensa Ambassador Peter Opata Dr. Albert Enchibuesiako DCOP Samuel Kwesi Ofori retired Advisor Honorable Albert Kandapa Foreign Affairs Mr. Michael Okwe Jr. Chairperson Honorable Mavis Nkasa Bodu Co-Chair Honorable Isaac Osei Ambassador DK Osei Mr. Edward Boatin Mrs. Koko Asante Mr. Aisi Boatin His Excellency
Aisi Boatin former
South Africa Mihunache Charles Uredu Miss Esther Ofori Dr. Eugene Owusu Mrs. Gina Blay Mr. Kwame Chirichi Amponsa Mr. Emmanuel Atifa Danso Honorable Shelley Ayokobotwe Advisor Pacho Yanko Esiana okay Youth and Sports Mr. Asamoah Jan Chair Mrs. Akosua Menu co-chair, Professor Akosua Menu.
Oh, nice.
The People's Akosua Menu, incoming member of Parliament for Adentan. Professor Same Bonsu, Mr. Tamimu Abu, Honorable Isaac Esiama, Salah Mustafa, Mr. Kujo Fiano, Seth Panwum, or Sesibe entry, Professor Peter Chumesi, Peter Chumesi DA.
And Sesibe entry, no.
One
national service, no.
Aye. And now Professor Peter Chumesi. Mr. Kisla Hembra said Panwu Atik Yakub. Hey! Atik! Okay. Mrs. Give to our
Atik Mohammed.
No. That's Atik Yakubu, no MPP youth activist. Mr. Youth or Mrs. Give to our Mensa, Ejayao Insia, Mr. Franklin Linat, Mr. Charles Osesibe, Kofi Ejapon, Pius Enam Hadije, Advisor Mustafa Yusuf, Tourism, Culture, Creative Arts, Miss Juliet Asante Chair, Akosaj Mako Chair, Honorable Katuna Feku, Dr. Amabuafu Arthur, Professor Isahaku Adam, Claudia Lumo, Prince David Osei, Nana Yao Mantiao, Yao Pukia Baden.
Prince David Osei, actor.
Yes. He's always been MPP. And now one face, Mempedo, MPP when I come
and I say, also, or MPP private, or campaign, or politics private. And yes, for
Ya Pukia Baden, Kwaku Osei Cranches do, Festus Frempo JB, Eric Usu Akreso, Okyeame Kwame. Okyeame Kwame. Dr. Akakwame Nyamiche, Redia Adama Sani, Honorable Andre Japamesa, and the advisor. Okay, Yanko. Gender and Social Protection, Amase one ne tete, Chair, Dr. Susanna Alo, Co-Chair, Dr. Lewis Carroll Sewadonko, Mausi Awiti, Ruth Addison, Doris Gaba, Perpetual Lomoki, Dr. Callistus Agbam, Miss Paulina Abayage, Miss Hikmat Babadua, Miss Safia Muhammad, Amai Champoma Frimpong, Mr. Aferi Diodu, Dr. Suleimana Abdullahi Arafat, Honorable Dakwa Newman, and the year advisor.
I didn't think I had a man, Mamma Baby, you as a means happen.
Oh, Bacho Kobak, me shadi.
Yanko,
Bacho Kobak, I call Yanko Gender Hono.
Say, Gender, Mamma come.
I said a member womb.
By the Mamma said,
Dr. Callistus or a Bema.
Dr. Louis
Callistus de Mahama.
David no. Callistus Mahama is a Callistus. Mamma Callistus Agbami Bema. One. And Mr. Ferry and
Sulemana.
And a man 14, 3 out of 14. Yeah, graduation, friends.
Was a honor, yes, a man, you move.
Gender, women and social protection. Women, social protection. Social protection, no. As a co-chair, Arena to see do co-chair. Mame Afia Koto, intensive religious affairs and society. Yes. Mr. Paul Poku Mensa, Dr. Muhammad Abdul Mumin, Mr. Ahmed Abdullahi Abu, Napagatia Sulemana, Haja Azara Harun, Mr. Adumwa Bosman, okay, Salif Said, Dr. Samgati, Dr. Joyce Ayi, advisor, Honorable Stephen Asamoah Boate, Asabi, Yankwe. Health, Dr. Ayu Afriye, Chair, Mrs. Louisa Atajiman, Co-Chair, Dr. Baba Jani Selby, immediate past CEO, National Health Insurance, Professor Oche Ade Mensa, Kofanochi, Professor Yawadu Jemfi, Dr. Angela Ufuri Ata, Dr. Isiasari, Kwesi Akwa, Dr. Audu Rauf, Dr. Nyamim Reku. Oh, okay, Nana Nyamim, correct.
Audu Rauf, yeah. Pharmacy.
95.9. Okay. Dr. Isa Imoru, Dr. Mahmoud Nasuruddin, Dr. Dacosta Abuaje, Dr. Kose Champo, Mr. Abankwa Yeboa, Dr. Yawo Yeboa, Mr. Kweku Owuswajiman, Miss Martha Osei, Dr. Akusika Osei Mensa, advisor, Dr. Bernard Ukuboy, Yanko Education, Dr. Prince Hamid Amache, Co-Chair, Gifty Chum Ampofum, Professor Sami Bunsu, Dr. Kwabena Tando, Mrs. Hega Hilda Ampedu, Hadia Habiba Tashani Mahama, Professor Kwesi Yanka, Professor George Kanka, Mr. Hayford Atakrufi, Dr. Kingsley Nyako, Ayila Tabita, Miss Karine Komeche